wasn't to happen.
Well, let's go from LeBron's best dunks to one of his best former teammates, shall we? Because right now on ESPN.com, our insiders, they put together a piece on Anthony Davis and a potential trade. So, Perk, Shanae, you hear that? You hear that noise? Oh, that sounds like a Bobby Money Moves music here. Say that 10 times fast. So, Bobby, where are we starting here on a move for AD?
We're going to start with the Eastern Conference leading Detroit Pistons, 19-5. Certainly have the tradable contracts to go out and get a player like Anthony Davis here. When you are looking at Tobias Harris, who is on an expiring contract, they have two young players down here with Jaden Ivey and Ron Holland. The one thing in this article that was not included, which is kind of a deal breaker for me, is all these draft picks that Detroit has available here. Certainly some of their first-round picks. And a trade like that certainly works. I have concerns for both ends of this here. Certainly for Dallas here, where you're not replenishing another big. Remember, you lost Derek Lively already. And then for Detroit, breaking up that roster that is number one in the East.
Chemistry is a delicate thing to try to mess with there if you're the Detroit Pistons.
And guess what? A championship is a delicate thing, too. When you're trying to win one, I would do it.
All right.
I would do it if I was the Pistons. And you're not having to give up either one of your bigs in Isaiah Stewart or Jalen Duren, and you pay AD, put him at the 4 in the Eastern Conference. That's like when they traded for Rasheed Wallace back in the day. You know what I mean? You go from popular to powerful, damn it.
And I think you're making this assessment that potentially you do it because the Eastern Conference is wide open. And I actually think about another team, the Toronto Raptors, who are currently sitting at 5th in the East. Teams in the circumstances that take a look at a star player like Anthony Davis tend to be able to want to get them because they understand that this is the way you can do it.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a market like Toronto. They lost, 6 out of their last 7 or so games after winning 9 straight.
Yeah.
Could this be possible for the North?
Well, ask and you shall receive right now here. Certainly a Toronto team that, as you said, is taking on water. And when you look at it, as far as the players that you have, let's take out Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram and Emmanuel quickly. They do have that R.J. Barrett contract here. He's got 2 years left on his contract. Jakob Poeltl just signed an extension. He's got 5 years left. He can't be traded until early December, or early January, excuse me. And then a young player like Ochai Agbaji. That actually works, and they also have a lot of their draft picks here. So you're not touching your core as far as where you are with that. There is one trade that I have not illustrated that I do think would work, and I like the best here, but I don't know if this trade machine could actually handle something like that when you're looking at it from down. Oh, we are in Hollywood. There it is. Take you to my big board. How about this whopper here? How about this 5-teamer when you're looking at Atlanta, Dallas, Sacramento, Golden State, and the Detroit Pistons here? Anthony Davis to the Atlanta Hawks. And look what else they get with them. Jonathan Kuminga, Buddy Hield, certainly a throw-in as far as their character, just as far as to make the trade work. For Dallas's perspective, now here's where the Mavericks have to answer the big question. What does Zach LaVine do for you as far as pairing with Kyrie Irving when he comes back? LaVine has 2 years left on his contract. The picks are what's most interesting. There's a 2026 first from Golden State and a 2027 first, top 4 protected from either New Orleans or Milwaukee, least favorable here. Remember, this is a Mavericks team that does not control their first until 2031. They do have their own this year, of course.
Okay, that is a whopper of a trade that we needed a big board for. Perk, what do you think of that deal?
Well, the sneaky part was Kristaps Porzingis
Was it?
to Golden State, right, in that deal.
What? Okay.
He was.
That was kind of sneaky in that.
And
deal.
who did you have with the Kings?
Oh, Trae Young.
Thank you. That
there
was
you
the sticky
go.
part. That's what I was saying. You're talking about Porzingis. I'm like,
Hey, we're just talking about Anthony Davis.
But overall, what do you think of that trade, Perk, for Anthony Davis?
Listen, earlier today, I was like, the Dallas Mavericks should, keep AD. But that Detroit,
You mean 5 minutes ago?
I'm telling you, that Detroit move got me thinking. But this 5-teamer, I'm looking at it. I like it. I wouldn't mind seeing Anthony Davis the Hawks actually get better. The way Jalen Johnson been balling, hey, Bobby, that was what you was supposed to do.
Perk.
Well, I tried to do it on a machine, and we couldn't do it.
Perk, can we dive into this? Because this actually finds a solution for a number of teams. You mentioned the Warriors. They've been needing a big that can stretch the floor, that can play in their system. That works. Trae Young, I mean, at this point, like, we know that what we have seen without Trae is a better defensive team in Atlanta, and you double down on that by getting Anthony Davis. There are a lot. You know what? If I had a cap, I'd tip it to you.
You tip it to me.
Hey, I'm just part of the group project.
This is why we call him Money Moves. He is always making it work. And by the way, I loved it. Who was the player who did cash considerations on the back of a jersey for me? I just love cash showing up there. The Mavericks, whether or not they move on from Anthony Davis, we will see. But they'll be on our air Christmas Day alongside Jalen Brunson and the Knicks, hosting the Cavs at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. You have the Spurs, Thunder, Mavs, Warriors, Rockets, and Lakers. And then you have the Timberwolves and Suns to cap off the night. It's V-Week here at ESPN, where we work to tell the stories of sports fans and athletes battling cancer and to highlight the importance of life-saving research. In September, the family of 13-year NBA vet Jason Collins released a statement saying that he is fighting for his life. Collins played for 6 NBA teams and was the first active openly gay player in NBA history. Well, today, we learned for the first time that he's battling one of the deadliest forms of brain cancer. Collins' former Stanford classmate, Ramona Shelburne, has the story.
This would be interesting to see if this belt even works. I think this belt would be too big, but we'll see. I'm now down to 240 pounds, and before this, I was like at 260. That was really crazy. To lose that amount of weight.
A little while ago, your family released a statement that you were being treated for a brain tumor. You have a little more than a brain tumor. Can you tell us what you actually have?
Sure. So I have a glioblastoma. It is butterflied. It's pretty much taken over. We just finished a treatment for radiation, but the glioblastoma will learn how to regrow.
If you had done nothing, how fast would it have continued to grow?
It would have doubled in size in like 2 to 3 weeks. I remember my brother talking about the battle that I'm going to face. He's like, you have to fight. And that's what I've done my whole life is fight.
Checking in for your Nets, number 98, Jason Collins.
And knocked away by Collins.
Collins works his way in.
A landmark day in sports and in our society. NBA free agent center Jason Collins has become the first active men's player in a major team sport to announce that he is gay.
I told him I couldn't be prouder of him. To see a role model like that who's unafraid, I think it's a great thing.
I started being very forgetful. I would sit in a room and not realize how long I'd been sitting there.
He seemed to always want to liberate himself from his clothes, which is kind of funny and not typical of him. He says, well, I feel like my shirt's uncomfortable, but I don't know why it's uncomfortable, so if I take it off, I don't have to think about it anymore.
My brother, Jaron Collins, stopped by to check in on me. I didn't find out till recently. He said to my mom, do you think Jason has had a stroke?
The next morning, we went to the emergency room, and within 5 minutes, we were told that there was a baseball-sized mass in the middle of his skull.
The time frame that they gave was, if you do nothing, it is 6 weeks to 3 months of your life.
If you do the standard of care here in the United States for the stage of glioblastoma.
Yeah, it's 13 months. Yes, this is a standard of care, but I know what that path leads to, which is why I want to do things now.
You said you know where that path leads.
It leads to death. We don't want to just sit around and wait, which is why we're going to have to travel internationally for the next step. Right now, I'm packing for the potential of being there for 7 to 8 weeks. The country that we're going to, we got approval within 48 hours. We're doing experimental chemotherapy where they take EDVs, but it's basically like a Trojan horse. You attach a special kind of chemotherapy drug that can't normally cross the blood-brain barrier. It's really high-tech, science fiction type stuff, but we are in the city of the future, so let's do some future stuff. It was an easy decision to get more experimental. Just like I knew I was doing the right decision when I came out publicly, and if not for me, for someone else.
Jason has no fear. It's no surprise how he has approached this challenge. He's the rock of his entire family. And now the tables have turned and everyone's showing up for Jason.
I'm unafraid to break through a wall or try to do everything possible. I think because I'm so surrounded by love. And I know that my family is so strong and they will be okay.
Jason's NBA career, it was marked by bravery, and Jason once again has shown that same bravery in sharing his story, and I want to thank him for that. Jason and his husband Brunson, they plan to stay in Singapore for at least 6 more weeks, and whether or not they return or stay there in this journey, it still remains uncertain. Ramona, thank you so much for sharing that story as well. Our best wishes are certainly with Jason and his family during his treatment. It's training camp at Duke today as preparations ramp up for the 2026 FIBA Women's World Cup in Berlin. The team will be headlined, of course, by rising stars Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Beckers. Moments ago, Beckers shared on what playing for Team USA means to her. Take a listen.
To be back here representing my country in a way where this is every kid's dream, to be able to do that at the highest level on the national team and to get that invite, it meant a whole lot. And it's truly an honor just to growing up watching all the legends before me play and represent the country in a great way and bring back that gold. It's something you aspire to be. And as playing with USA basketball growing up and being at that junior Olympic level, it's just to wear those 3 letters across your jersey. It's the highest accomplishment, really.
You wore those 3 letters. You won gold in the 3-on-3, the first ever gold medal for 3-on-3, by the way. Can you speak to what Paige is talking about here, that feeling?
It's a great opportunity. We know that the posts are taken care of with Asia, Nafisa, and Stewie, but the guards, there's some big opportunity, and that's what Paige is talking about. Keep an eye on these players. I mentioned her, obviously, Caitlin Clark,
Absolutely.
or even who else we have in the mix?
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese. People are going to be fighting for those post spots. But overall, the guards have great. Oh, Juju.
Yeah.
Juju Watkins, because you've got 2 more years for her to get her groove back. I'm excited to see what the new fold is because Sue has retired. Diana has retired. Point guards, if you're a big guard, you have an opportunity to make this national team.
A really stacked roster here. Sticking with women's basketball, let's go to the Jimmy V Women's Classic, shall we? Shanae, a battle, 2 undefeateds. Iowa took on Audi, Crooks, and Iowa State in the Cy-Hawk rivalry game here. Let's pick it up early in the 3rd. Iowa State up by 4. Jada Williams feeds it to Audi. Body Audi.
If you don't know who she is, look up the numbers.
I need a jersey.
Thank you.
Denied again.
If you want to know footwork at the highest level, look at Audi Crooks. And the drop step, unguardable.
I'm trying to read some lips here. It looks like she's saying, hell not. Don't try to come inside against me.
Deep seal.
What do you know? Oh, well, I guess you got to figure it out. You got to send the
Great hands.
And then a minute later here, Williams drives. Crooks
clean it up
with the putback here. She had 30 points and 10 rebounds in this one. Now remember, Crooks lost her father in 2021. Here's why this game means so much.
This game was really important to me and my family, specifically my dad. My dad and I would always watch this one together. And Coach Fenn's dad passed a few years ago right before this game, or maybe it was a day or two after, so him and I just had kind of talked, and when I was going up to shoot the free throw, he pointed up in the sky and said he's watching, and I just couldn't hold it in.
We talk about there's people looking down on us, and her father was a huge Iowa State fan, and they talk about this game, and when she went up to the free throw line, I looked at her and I went like this, and sometimes those are moments that she'll remember that a lot.
Clearly this game meaning a little bit more here to Crooks, who's been absolutely dominant, right? She has more points than minutes played this year. She's on pace to be the first women's Division I player to average over a point a minute in the last 25 seasons with a minimum of 30 minutes played.
And Perk, she's now your favorite player, right?
Yes, and y'all, it's so emotional here today. I didn't cry so much, I almost drowned.
We got some tissues for you, Perk. Here, don't worry about it. And coming up here on NBA Today,
Here,
I'm going to talk about, here you go.
It's
An antitrust lawsuit filed by 2 of its race teams, including one owned by Michael Jordan. The settlement, it comes 9 days after testimony where Jordan and his attorneys, they argued that NASCAR's control of the team system created unfair revenue. The settlement, it gives teams more permanent control like franchises in other major sports. Jordan spoke outside of court. Take a listen.
The fans has always been the best, solution to this whole process and to the sport itself. The only way that, and I've said this from day one, the only way this sport's going to grow is we have to find some synergy between the two entities. And I think we've gotten to that point. Unfortunately, it took 16 months to get to here, but I think, level heads has got us to this point to where we can actually work together and grow this sport. I'm very proud about that.
We will continue to update that story as it develops. But in the NBA Cup, there were 4. The Thunder, the Spurs, the Knicks, the Magic, they have all punched their tickets to Las Vegas for a chance to win the NBA Cup. Now, here are the odds to win that cup here. The Thunder, they did it, of course, after their 49-point blowout over the Suns. So you can see the Thunder have the best odds, followed by the Knicks, and then the San Antonio Spurs. Their odds would be helped with Victor Wembanyama returning. Let's take a listen to head coach Mitch Johnson on if that could occur on Saturday.
Is there any possibility that we can see Wemby in the, semi-final and the finals, possibly?
Very much so. He had a really good day today. He had a very intense day this morning, and we'll have to see how he responds and reacts tomorrow.
Okay, so could we see Victor? Well, the Thunder and Spurs are going to play 3 times now to Christmas in 3 different cities, which means we could see that Chet-Wemby matchup 3 different times in the next 2 weeks. But to win it all, Shanae, you know what there needs to be? There needs to be a recipe or a checklist. What do you put it in?
All right, you guys, do you want to win the NBA Cup? If so, number 1, you got to bring your money ball to the game, literally, and that is the 3-point shot. Both Cup champs, they have shot at least 40% from 3. I want you guys to look at what OK's shooting right now in Cup games. 47%. All right, the Knicks shooting well as well. Okay, that's offense. Let's switch things over. So you need the money ball in Vegas. You also, when you're feeling bold, what do? You double down. But this time, double down on defense. You have to have a top 2 defense in Cup games to be able to compete at the highest level.
All right.
First, Lakers 23. Second, 24, Bucks. Last but not least, you guys know you got to bring the showstopper out. You got to bring the showstopper out. LeBron James averaged, I think, 26, 8, and 8 in Cup games. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 30, 10, and 8. So the big ones have to take over the game. That is my recipe to win a Cup
bring them out, bring them out. So the Oklahoma City Thunder, of course, are the favorites to win the NBA Cup. Those games are Saturday, but media day for the Cup, it is tomorrow. So we will be back with you where you can hear from all those stars that Shanae says need to show up and show out. We'll see you then.
It's V-Week on ESPN as we continue Jim Valvano's fight against cancer.
NFL Live is presented by Golden Corral. You're looking at beautiful Tampa, Florida, the site of the beginning of Week 15. The Falcons and the Bucks clashing in just a few hours as we welcome you into the show. Glad that you're with us. And Jeremy Fowler is in Tampa covering the game. He joins us now. Jeremy, Mike Evans has not played since Week 7 due to a broken collarbone. It was actually on Monday Night Football. What more can you tell us about his status for tonight, as well as any other injuries we should be monitoring?
Laura, I'll start with the latest. Mike Evans is expected to make his return tonight. I've talked to multiple sources who feel good about that. He has anticipated it all week. Teammates say that he's been juiced throughout the practice week, knowing that he's probably playing tonight. Now, the Bucs will likely have him on somewhat of a pitch count. He will not be in on every down, but I was told he will definitely be in on the important downs, certainly third down. They like to manage his snaps anyways at this age, so he should be somewhat close to what is a normal full go for him. Other Bucs injuries, Jalen McMillan worked his way back from a serious neck issue back in the preseason. He's expected to play as well. Could be on a pitch count similar to Evans. He's more of a deep threat for them. Cade Otton, the tight end, is doubtful with a knee. I'm told the Bucs are actually holding a little bit of hope that he could potentially play. McMillan.
Need to show 2nd, 24 Bucs. Last but not least, you guys know you got to bring the showstopper out. You got to bring the showstopper out. LeBron James averaged, I think, 26, 8, and 8 in cup games. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 30, 10, and 8. So the big ones have to take over the game. That is my recipe to win a cup
bring them out, bring them out. So the Oklahoma City Thunder, of course, are the favorites to win the NBA Cup. Those games are Saturday, but media day for the Cup, it is tomorrow. So we will be back with you where you can hear from all those stars that Shanae says need to show up and show out. We'll see you then.
It's V-Week on ESPN as we continue Jim Valvano's fight against cancer.
Being the third ever NBA Cup champions. So the Spurs, they have been hooping. I mean, even without Victor Wembanyama, here's how they upset the Los Angeles Lakers last night. Again, Wemby not playing in this game, but getting closer. We start in the first quarter here. The Lakers up. Julian Champagnie misses a three. Keldon Johnson, pull the llama, Crunk. He wants that llama. The Emperor has found his groove. He had 13 points in the quarter.
Now you're speaking my language.
Well, watch out.
Oh! And speaking of the Emperor, or
body to body.
Body to body. I know that one.
Luke Fournette did not see that coming. LeBron James with the poster jam like he's been doing for the last 2 decades plus here. But then every time that the Lakers had an answer, the Spurs, they threw it right back at them.
Power play. Look at this. Look at 4 guys down, 2 guys on the Lakers.
That is a play that forces a timeout immediately. Like those types of plays get you in trouble.
The Lakers defense just failing on that play. Third quarter here, the Spurs lead. Stephon Castle attacking the rack. Hits the easy floater there. He finished this one with 30 points, Shanae.
Yeah, he's been doing his thing, cooking off the dribble. He also created for others, but this move right here, a little shake and bake. Oh, man, he had Austin Reeves glitching.
He said, let me have this dance. Drains the fadeaway there. Dylan Harper driving past the Lakers defense, scores and one. The Spurs up big at the end of the quarter here. So to the fourth we go. 4 minutes left here. The Spurs up 122-111. Austin Reeves gets it, drives, layup, plus the foul. The Lakers trying to chip away. They were down just 8 after the made free throw, but then the next Spurs possession here. Castle drives, finds a wide open Fox, and this was effectively the dagger. Fox had 20 points. The Spurs go on to win 132-119. So when Wemby went down, I don't know about you, but we all had some concerns, right, about what the San Antonio team might look like, how they would fare. It turns out they've gone 9-3 without him after starting 8-4 with him. Now, that 9-3 record, it's tied for the third best record in this time, behind only Oklahoma City and the Boston Celtics. Here's Stephon Castle after his career high.
Yeah, I mean, we all just want to win. We don't care who does it. We just want to get it done at the end of the day. So we have a very versatile team, very deep team. So it's a lot of guys that can get it done every night.
I can't think about what we can do in the playoffs in December. What I can say is that, you know, the habits that we built throughout the regular season each month, if we are in a position to make it to the postseason and be able to get to that point, well, we have to build it now. So, but as far as talking about what type of damage we can do in the postseason in December, it's not right for the basketball gods, not for me.
All right, we'll get back to the Los Angeles Lakers in just a second here. But the Spurs, they've really put something together here, Perk, without Wemby. So if you're Victor on the sidelines assessing this team, what have you learned in this span?
That I got a really good team, and my teammates could go, especially on the perimeter. That's what it highlights. And I got another young star in the making in Stephon Castle. We saw tonight he had flirting with a 30-point triple-double. But the Lakers got exposed defensively last night. That's what they did. They exposed the Lakers defensively by attacking them. The Lakers can't guard. The Lakers can't stop cars at a crosswalk in the school zone. That's how horrible they are. Real talk on the defensive side of things. And the word is out, and we saw it last night. It was highlighted, especially on the stage when you talk about the in-season tournament, right? And everybody's watching, and they got toe off the bone.
Yeah, I actually want to pick things up. I don't know if they need like somebody to say, hey, the speed limit is over. Y'all can go into a different gear. But let's dive into their defense, the Lakers, because that's what shook me. This is on a made basket possession. De'Aaron Fox, everyone knows speed kills, but he blows by the entire Lakers squad to an empty paint, which is non-negotiable to me, and then gets the tough roll around the basket. And again, this is not just in transition or off of a made basket. This is just a bad assignment. They're loaded up the wrong way. So all it took was one counter move and then beautiful ball movement on the other side. Stephon Castle, we talked about 30 points, but this is a beautiful dive to the corner three-point shooter who knocks it down. So the Spurs, they came in understanding that they were the underdogs, but the Lakers, I expected more defensively, especially understanding what was at stake.
Right, and when you look at them on paper, all right, they're 17-7, but then you look at the losses and realize but every single one of them is by double digits, and that presents some really glaring holes against a San Antonio Spurs team that is clearly only getting more talented when Victor comes back.
Yeah, their athleticism was already at question, and their athleticism last night was certainly exposed as far as the three guards and even Keldon Johnson and Champagne. Basically, it was a 13-point deficit. It probably was really like a 30-point deficit because Marcus Smart was their best player in the ability to make threes here. And I saw Stephon Castle's dad after the game, and I said, I love me a guard that can rebound. And that's what San Antonio does. They get downhill, they rebound the ball. He had 8 rebounds last night. Vassell, Fox, Harper, 4 rebounds each there. And what happened last night was the Lakers had to go small. They had to take DeAndre Ayton out of the game. Then they put Rui at the 5. They went with LeBron and the 3 guards there. And that really, although it was probably the right move, it exposed them even more.
Yeah. And look, the Lakers are going to win regular season games, right? Good offense that can get you through the regular season. If you're trying to win a championship, you got to lock up. And at some point, because it's been circulating around La La Land, JJ is going to have to make a decision on whether or not he's going to put Jared Vanderbilt back in that lineup.
Right, because right now it seems like the Lakers, it seems like they trust maybe 6 guys, and JJ's really trying to figure out how he's going to be able to move forward here. But the Spurs, they advance to Las Vegas, and they face the Thunder because SGA and Oklahoma City, they continue their march toward NBA history, and they did so in dominant fashion.
There you go.
And with swag.
Speaking of Hollywood, though.
Second quarter, Thunder up by 13. Light work. Nails the 3. We're just going to stop saying what the score is in this game, Shanae.
Yeah, I was watching this and I was like, okay, maybe there's a chance. And then I was like, absolutely not. This team is rolling on all cylinders in a way that I haven't seen in a long time.
Rolling with the homies. And the thing about OKC,
look how open they are.
Everybody eats. This is the 3rd game this season with a 25-point halftime lead. That is the most in the NBA. Duh. All right, let's go to the 3rd quarter here. Thunder up huge. Watch Chet and Grayson Allen perk on this play here. Grayson Allen bulldozes through Chet here.
Get him out.
Starts a little kerfuffle, just a little one. Look at SGA, though. I want to show this to you one more time because SGA, his eyes just bug. He's like, bro, I cannot believe this. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. And a new meme was unlocked as the Thunder roll. Here's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander after the game.
Vegas money on the line indeed. You guys punch your ticket yet again. How do you rewrite the script from a season ago?
Yeah, we should be in good position. We've gotten a lot better since last year. We'll see how it goes. We'll go out there and try to get 2 W's.
Shai, I appreciate the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So this season, it's already going down in the history books, right? With the win, the Thunder, they tie the 2015-16 Warriors as the only teams to start 24-1 in NBA history. Of course, Golden State would go on to win 73 games, a record for the defending champs. And this is one that the champs are chasing now. But what separates this stretch for Oklahoma City compared to any other team is the utter dominance like we saw last night, right? They have outscored opponents by 437 points. That is the best differential through the first 25 games of a season all time. And during their 16-game win streak, they have scored 333 more points than their opponents. That's an NBA record for any 16-game span. Oklahoma City, they have also led by at least 20 points for 264 total minutes this season. My new favorite game is find an Oklahoma City stat to blow your mind. So here we go. This is the OK stat of the day. They have led by 20 for more minutes this season than they've trailed. Let me repeat that. Y'all, they have been up 20 more than they've been losing. at all. And Perk, if that doesn't make you spy something, I don't know what will.
I'm Kendrick Perkins, better known as Big Perk, and nothing gets past me. Freeze! Just when you thought it did get past me, there I am. I spy a problem. I spy it all. Carry the hell on. Hello, world. I spy something. I see something. I see danger. I see a team. That's why it's not just a moment for me. Bobby, come on in here. It's a team. A bunch of dogs. And Devin Booker had something to say 2 weeks ago after they played the Thunder. Malik, I need you to assist me.
All right, so you referenced this. We talked about it in the show yesterday, right? This is what Devin Booker said after their close loss by 4 points on November the 28th. He said, quote, "The secret is out. They do speed you up. They play aggressive. They'll grab. They'll hold us. But it's never like when you're shooting in shooting position. It's always on the handle or on your drives when they get away with it." So he said the secret's out.
He lied. He said the secret sauce, damn it, don't go buy it, don't waste your money because it's nasty. And look, I want you to watch this tape. This is the start of the game. Individual defense, sick 'em. Look at this dog right here. 1-on-1 defense, mano a mano for the bucket. Then here we go. The Thunder, they're at home. They fired up. SGA, he has the isolation. We know he's going to work right now. He's shooting 56% from the field. Check this out, though, y'all. The camera is on SGA showing him at this moment, you can't even, the camera don't even react fast enough. They get a steal in the inbounds for a tray ball. Now the place is rocking. Keep going. Now this is SGA, your best player in the world. Look at the fight. Look at the dog, the one-on-one defense right here. Into the ball, playing without fouling. Look how the defense collapsed. SGA never give up on the play, active hands, force a turnover. So when you talk about dogs and you talk about witnessing greatness, yes, we know offensively what they're doing, but best points differential through 25 games in NBA history, which broke my damn heart. Because it was in 2008, the team I was on, we had it, and now they didn't almost doubled us. So when you look at this, I'm looking at OKC and I'm like, hey, look.
Wait, what kind of math is
soul.
Yeah, I was like, that's not
That's
double.
not double up. That's single up.
We're rounding.
It's up.
Hey, whatever it is, stuff.
If it's up, then it's up. Parker, you say they're a bunch of what?
Dogs.
All right, one more for the road. Hey, coming up here on NBA.
Welcome back to NBA Today.
News out of the Bay Area. Steph Curry, he returned to practice on Wednesday. He's been out for 2 weeks now with the quad contusion that he suffered against the Houston Rockets. Remember, Golden State is 3-2 in the games that Curry has been out. Our NBA reporter, Anthony Slater, he joins us now. It's a little bit foggy where Slater is, but you have some sunny news for us. We have a date for Steph Curry's return. When is that, and how has his ramp-up looked here, Slater?
Tomorrow night, Minnesota at home. The Warriors have targeted this really since last week. They told him to skip that 3-game road trip out east. They had him stay home, get treatment purposely to get ready for Wednesday night's practice. They're in the middle of 4 days off because of this Cup week, and they had a night practice. They scrimmaged. He did all 6 minutes. He came out of it well. So right now the expectation is he's back Friday, and this comes at an important moment for the Warriors this season. They feel like this could be somewhat of a turning point. They're getting healthier, obviously, with Steph coming back, but also 14 of their next 20 are at home. They have a lot of off days mixed in. Their defense is up to 3rd in the league. They've held 4 of their last 5 opponents under 100, but they need to fix the offense, and Steph Curry can potentially fix the offense. So they're sitting at 8th in the standings, 13-12, kind of disappointing, but they're playing Minnesota, who's 6th, and that's their target this season, get at least in the top 6, and now feels like the moment they need to make a move.
All right, Steph Curry coming back tomorrow against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and maybe if they can put together a little bit of a healthy run, the Warriors could make a run up the standings. Anthony Slater, we always appreciate the time. So with Steph coming back, that's good news, but in Curry's absence, an unlikely Pat Spencer has really stepped up. His averages, 16 points, almost 6 assists per game in December, both the most on the team. Now joining NBA Today, Warriors starting point guard, Pat Spencer. Pat, congratulations. Have you gotten used to hearing that yet? Starting point guard for the Golden State Warriors?
It started for about a week, but thank you. It'll be good to have number 30 back.
For anyone who doesn't know, you are a 4-time All-American player in lacrosse at Loyola, and you're called one of the best lacrosse players ever. You essentially won the Heisman Trophy of lacrosse. So how the heck did you decide that instead of signing after being the number 1 pick, you wanted to transfer to Northwestern, go overseas, and ultimately bet on an NBA dream?
Yeah, I'm a believer that if you have a passion for something, you have to follow it. I love lacrosse, but basketball was always my first love. There was no clear-cut path for what was ahead for hoops, but that doesn't scare me. I like being the underdog. So, the basketball journey, although it didn't look like a clear-cut picture, super intriguing to me, and it's my first love. I had to follow it.
You've exuded confidence on the floor, especially when you were in the starting spot. I'm not a lip reader, but remember against the 76ers, you said, I am, what's the PG version of what you could say for TV? What did you say now?
I think mother lover is what we could probably put on here.
There we go. That's what we could put. And then Steve Kerr said that, yeah, in fact, you are that. Is everyone in the locker room calling you that now?
Yeah, unfortunately. I didn't think it was going to stick, and quite honestly, I don't know what I'm saying in those moments. With Draymond and some guys that are wired the same as myself, we tend to black out during those moments, and then it gets used against you, unfortunately. So, pretty funny.
Is there a single moment that you have had the most fun this season, whether it is watching or out on the floor, that maybe has made you smile the most?
You know what? I get pumped for my stuff, but I get even more excited for my brother's game. So my brother is playing for the Grizzlies and having a heck of a year. So just excited to be able to watch him do what he's doing. So as a brother, first and foremost, I think that's the most important thing for me. So NBA-wise, across the board, happy to see my brother doing his thing.
You mentioned your brother, Cam, is a national champion at UConn. Of course, he plays for the Memphis Grizzlies as well. And we thought we would see if he was busy. We'd give him a call and see if he wanted to join us here. And he just so happened to be available. So, Cam, welcome to NBA Today.
Boy, what's up? Thanks for having me.
We're so excited to have you, especially because the two of you, despite all of the wonderful things that Pat just said, and I'm a big sister, and so the best thing in the world is being on TV with my little sister, Kendra. My sister is also a heck of a trash talker. And I understand that you two are the same way, because when the Warriors hosted the Grizzlies, you both got to face off. It was not the first time, but what did that feel like for the two of you?
Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, well, we got the win, so we'll take that. I don't know what the overall record is, but ultimately, I think we just love seeing each other succeed. So, unfortunately, came in and went 0 for 1. So I guess he's got the leg up there.
So if you two, as a set of brothers, were to play, like let's say at All-Star Weekend, that there is a brothers 2-on-2 tournament, you two or the Curry brothers?
We're taking ourselves there, which is crazy.
Heck yeah. Game on. What is the best part of having a brother in the NBA and being part of that fraternity?
I'll go first. I'll say I'm super lucky to have had Pat. I mean, he has 4 years on me, so he's been such a great role model for me and setting the example for myself and my little brother and the whole family. So he's been so great and just trying to help me and my little brother on our journey to be the best basketball players we could be. So credit to him. He's always been there for us, and we've learned a ton from him.
Pat?
Yeah, I'm so thankful to have them, both of them. We grew up, as I'm sure you're aware, doing everything together.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, it's so cool to have that. Some brothers get to play through high school, some through college, but to be able to have the off season to come home, be with family, those are the things that make it really special. So just beyond thankful for our journeys together and what we get to do.
And Cam, when you saw Pat say, "I am that M" on the broadcast, what'd you think? You said, yeah?
I was hyped. I knew exactly what he said, too, right away. So it just sounded like, one of our one-on-one games. Yep. Or, it was a cool moment for me and the whole family.
Well, I know you all have a busy day, so I'll let you go. Did you ever think the two of you would get interviewed together on ESPN when you were growing up?
I don't know if we thought we'd get interviewed together, but if you ask us, we're both crazy enough to think we would both be playing together in the NBA at some point.
I love that. I love it. Gentlemen, thank you so very much. Best of luck with your respective seasons, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you down the road. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you, Malika.
Thanks for having us.
And tremendous mustache for Pat there. The Spencer brothers have put up very similar numbers this month. They're both averaging right around 16 points, 6 assists on 60% shooting. Now, there's a long history of brothers in the NBA. So how do the Spencers stack up against the greats? We know that they don't lack confidence. So our producers They have some top fives for us.
This is my niche, girl.
At number 5, how about Dominique and Gerald Wilkins? The human highlight film, of course, the 9-time All-Star and Hall of Famer, but his younger brother, Gerald, a 13-year vet, and he played with Meek the final 2 seasons.
Unbelievable, y'all. This is like the stuff that makes me so happy.
Well, then at number 4, you have Tom and Dick Van Arsdale, identical twins from Indiana. They played in the 60s and 70s, equally identical with their All-Star appearances. They both had 3.
I feel like bonus points for twins.
Bonus points for twins? All right, well, we got another set
Right,
here. How
Bobby?
about Brooke and Robin Lopez?
Stanford. You know what school they went to?
Fans, too.
Yep.
They have a
Huge
combined
Disney fan.
34 NBA seasons between them. Brooke, of course, won the 2021 championship with the Bucks. At number 2, not twins, but how about the Currys? Steph, the greatest shooter in NBA history, and his new teammate, Seth, actually has a better career three-point percentage, 8th best all time.
He can flex with that at the holiday table.
That could be the one that he takes to the holiday table. At number 1, how about the Gasol brothers?
Yes.
Pau and Mark, they are NBA rings, multiple-time All-Stars. And Pau was inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2023. And then, of course,
wow,
we had to do a bonus sister edition. Our very own Janae and Nneka Agumake.
Oh, next market, you know what I'm
Both of y'all have Rookie of the Years, multiple All-Stars.
She's the MVP. She's the champion. She's the
Man Jam from LeBron James last night is as good of an excuse as any to dig up a little top of the top. How about some LeBron poster dunks here? See where that one falls in line. First up, this is charges gone wrong, my friends. Players trying to draw the foul, but end up on the wrong end of a poster.
Yeah, that's never fun. That's always a decision that you choose to regret.
And 9 times out of 10, the ref is not going to give you the charge anyway.
Paul Millsap.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Also, did you ever take a charge from LeBron?
I never took a charge in my life.
Russell Westbrook did in the bubble. It doesn't matter. No fans in there doesn't make that feel any better, I don't think.
Yeah, this isn't what we meant when you say keep a cool booty. No. Keep it off the ground.
Next up, how about look out below? This is 2005. LeBron, poor Damon Jones. This is just on repeat for the rest of this man's life. Forever. And then we got LeBron James dunking on James Johnson. This is back in 2010.
Ooh.
Like the entire arena elevated.
And it's something different when you dunk on the enforcer. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it's a different type of
And then this is more recent, 2019. Oh, reminding Sacramento
I
exactly
know I say
who
this
he
a
is.
lot, but that's really snatching the screws out the damn ring.
It looked kind of
Finally,
similar to what we saw
how about
yesterday.
some Akron hammers here? This is 2013.
Yeah.
This is another one that lives forever. This lives forever.
You want to see a dead body?
There it goes. There it goes.
How about a baptism perk? You want to see one of those? Ooh. Yusuf Nurkic.
Anointed.
That was sick.
Oh, man.
my goodness.
Yeah, you're right.
I think he'd
Yeah, we had to pull this one out for you, Perk.
That was Doc's fault. He shouldn't have took me out the game.
That would have been your
Really?
first and
He
last
shouldn't have
charge
took me
that you
out the
took there.
game.